Hello, friends! Happy Tuesday, and welcome to episode 19 of KFD&D. I just want to say a shout out to Judge Judy Slayer. Thank you so much for the follow just a second ago. Hi, Mom. Hi, Jilly Pie in the chat. Hi, Jedi. Hi, Ryan. I've already talked to you because we've been talking in Zoom for a bit, but still hi. Episode 19, absolutely crazy. It's tough to have a D&D campaign going that long. Oh, thanks for the hydrate already. Gotcha. So if you're new to the channel, we are Kentucky Fried Dice. I am Donald. I am kind of one half. The other half is Jilly Pie. In chat, we like to have community stuff happening, and one of our favorites is KFD&D. Just making sure Hamed's all situated there. Cool. We can keep the camera as it is. Yes, honey, use those points. Use those points. So a couple of things. We have our community challenge vote going on right now. The Twitter poll closed because I'm really bad with timing and stuff, which is fine. It's fine. Discord poll is still open about the next 2 hours. So if you would like to vote on our next community challenge, just join our Discord there. The choices are, number one, a cooking stream, which is, of course, the most challenging and the one that's winning right now. We would very likely go ahead and do a brisket, just show off that process. It'd be multiple part stream because I don't think anyone wants to watch a brisket in the smoker for 20 plus hours. Maybe you do, and if you do, bless you, and yes, keep our viewership up. Yeah. So the other option is the Jilly Pirate Challenge, where Jilly is going to dress up like a pirate, play a pirate game, do pirate things. That's the stream. That's it. So that is currently in second place. The third option is just doing a one-shot RPG. Might be a guest DM. It might be us doing like the Star Wars role-playing game system on stream. Could be something completely different. Just a one-shot. So, oh, you're right. But see, I said that's it, Jilly Pie, because that in itself is amazing. So really, it's a two-horse race right now. If you're interested, please hop on Discord. Give us a vote. We will start up the stream, the points redemption for that next week. It'll start on Tuesday when we're doing Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance, which is a lot of fun when you don't disconnect. Who knew? Who knew? Yeah, so with that being said, there is no stream tomorrow. We are doing a day off Twitch in solidarity to kind of raise awareness of the hate raids going on to some of the communities that's been targeted. It's just awful. Twitch is doing nothing about it, so we are going to take a day off, just show Twitch that we can stop. It's fine. It's all fine. So if you're interested in that, I'd encourage you to do a Google search, kind of see what's happening from people that are more impacted than we are, but we do stand with them in solidarity. And then we're taking Monday off because we're going to be taking a little mini vacation for a little bit, which is going to be really great. And no streaming then. My last thing, before we get into the recap, there is a popular Twitch streamer that does Dungeons & Dragons. I'm not going to say his name. If you're interested in this, you are welcome to Google it, kind of check out some communities, who has a very large number of allegations of some sexual assault, grooming, harassment, all the things that just are awful. And I just want to put out there that we stand just with the women, the survivors of this. We believe them, and it's just completely unacceptable. This community, Dungeons & Dragons especially, has gotten a bad rap since I've been playing. People want to throw out demons and demon worship and devil worship, and then we have this, and there's not enough women playing to begin with. And this game itself is so much better when you have diversity in it. If it's nothing but whitewashed men playing the game, you're not going to experience anything. So we really don't want to be a community that's doing that, and we support those women. And I don't know what else to say. It's just a sad situation. So thank you all for listening, and I hope everyone that plays with me feels safe and welcome, because that's the goal, right?
Feel safe out of game. In game, as a DM.
I have only killed one player this entire time.
And you let him come back.
And I let him come back. I mean,
Yeah.
I got better.
You taught me to do a new thing.
All right, can we get the show on the road?
we can. So we have a recap from last week if you missed it. I think that is me, Handlebars. Let's
Yes.
get this bad boy going.
That is me. All right. So, last time, as the party exited King Handlebar's administrative building with no clear idea of what their next move should be, before they knew it, Chime had convinced them to check on some dwarf living in a ramshackle lean-to down the road from their inn. The others hadn't known that she had robbed him the night before, so that's pretty cool. As the vagabond appeared to be fine, but just hungover, party then discussed amongst themselves what we should do next. We decided to check on Howard Duckian and possibly get that odd spike back from him. The spike that came from the ground where the flesh golem first attacked us, and back at the swamp of hatched souls. So Howard and his men were busily organizing a new purchased edifice to become the new inn right next to the river. Howard showed us where that spike was, and then resumed his work while we stared perplexed at it, perplexed on what we should do next. So after noticing the runes faintly carved into it, Karn suggested that we should go to the local runesmith to see if we could get some more info. And found that, so we found the runesmith, and he seemed way more interested in purchasing the piece than we thought. After some haggling, we not only sold the spike, but also bought information from him about the object once he was able to study it, which ended up being that it was directly linked to another enchanted beacon, and if we find that, we can he can learn even more. So it's like a little enchanted beacon, something about the size of a quarter metal piece that would have been embedded in the flesh golem. So we decided to go back where we had killed the flesh golem last time, the time before, and so we do that. So we split the party up a little bit. Karn and Ken returned to the royal building where the King's Secretary informed us that, Karn and Ken, that the creature attacked farmer police had been burned, but it was still right where we left it. So they rushed back, dug through the ashes, found the small little piece of metal with some runes on it. And then after meeting up with Chime and me, the party returned to the smithy, sold the enchanted item in exchange for some gold, a little more information regarding the lore and what exactly this thing can do. Evidently, the people of the continent, before travelers from the old world ever showed up, old world where we all came from, ever showed up, they were destroyed when they couldn't keep up with the demands of sacrifice that their gods demanded of them. And what remained were lost souls, shadows, meant to wander as punishment for their insolence, mere spiritual remnants of a bygone era. The smithy also suggested the Western Pass, as it may help us find what we were ultimately looking for, an answer to what happened to this continent that angered the gods enough to destroy all the life. So that's where we left off. Oh, one last piece. I was using my spell to read my book that I got from Danya, the primordial uber god. I don't know exactly how to describe her at this moment, but we got a book from her, and I've been spending my time reading it. But based on the information that we got from the smithy, I started paying more attention, more skimming through as opposed to reading it in depth, and started finding a little bit more detail about some of the sacrifices that the gods had us made, and then my spell wore off and I was unable to continue.
Thank you for that recap. A lot happened last episode, kind of forgot. Playing every other week.
A lot of plot.
What a plot.
Plot heavy.
So, what I recall last time was you were kind of spending one last night in the town, and your plan was to get up early the following morning and head west towards what was once Mustache Pass, but according to reports from locals, Dragonbane, kind of the main antagonist you've been seeked to stop from destroying the world, as heroes do, has allegedly caused a landslide and destroyed that pass where no one can get through now. So is that still your plan today?
So is that the northern pass or the western pass?
There is only
The northern
one
pass
pass.
was disrupted.
It's
There
to
was
the
one
west
pass.
and then north still, but it's mostly to the west. To
I
the
remember him
north,
saying that he went west and then came back, and then things started happening.
yes. There was
we
so
were
what
trying to
happened
investigate that.
was he went west, and after he went west, there was an attack, like one final attack, and then the attacks that had been not like super frequent, but had definitely occurred, were still like they just stopped. They haven't really happened since that last attack of demons specifically, that have kind of hit the town, and the dwarven garrison's able to put it down. They're taking efforts right now. They kind of have started a wall around the dwarven half of the city. The surface city of Handlebar Mines is kind of split into two, with a dwarven section on one side of the river, and then just a other section on the other half of the river. So they're focused on fortifying, especially the mines, which have just had a embarrassment of riches come out of it. Gold and iron and silver and mithril, like this most precious of metals, has been happening. So, but basically, to answer your question, Mustache Pass itself is kind of to the northwest, but due to the way the mountains and the cliffs are, you have to go just due west to get there, and then you go north.
Gotcha.
So you had a nice, restful kind of last evening in town, staying at the Dancing Elf Inn, where you've made a little home for yourself as Howard is building up his Howard Duck Inn with the small door that tall creatures have to physically duck to get in. It loves puns. Loves them.
Just like a duck would.
Exactly. All right. So, anything else you want to do? Kind of this early morning as the sun is just rising over the mountains and the mist kind of in the quasi valley that you're in is just starting to dissipate. The town is just starting to come alive as you're waking up and heading down to the common room of the inn.
Yeah. Donald, can you set the scene of us around the table eating breakfast in the first floor of the inn?
The scene is you're all waking up from a restful night's sleep. The hearth is just starting to kind of start for the morning, and the smell of maybe an oak smoke is just permeating the room as the beginning embers of a fire starting to go up the chimney and some escaping into the room. The four of you around a round table with moderately comfortable chairs, solid wood, not really ergonomic, but delightful for what they are. No padding, but ducks have padding. You all have a nice breakfast of a dark bread, some type of sausage made from a variety of meats, most of which are probably fit for consumption. A delightfully light alcoholic beverage, as one would start their morning with. You don't drink a lot of water.
Just brunching.
just brunching. A nice. Yes, Jelly Pie.
say.
Like a liver mush, something.
These dwarves really know how to eat. Stuff is really good.
All right.
For sure, they said there was a
My
waffle
people
bar
are
here.
wonderful. Waffle bar.
Yeah, I think it was
Oh
over
my
there.
god.
The innkeeper's kind of running by with
Oh.
this like large contraption with like a batter kind of dripping out. He's running towards the hearth, the only like heat source ready, and he's like panicked as it's dripping throughout and sets it in there and just looks down. It's like,
We've been here 3 days and I haven't seen one dancing elf.
I want to ask the waffle man. Hey, would it be easier if you just brought all your stuff over to the fire?
Such a jerk.
Yeah, I guess it would.
Are you allowed to do that?
No, it's a safety
sorry.
issue. Can't have raw, uncooked food just sitting out around, people. These dwarves, they have high standards.
Got
We
it.
don't
Yes,
want
we do
Fantasy
have-
OSHA to come down on you.
Well, the food
We
is
do have
delicious.
high standards, sir. We need to make sure health and safety is priority 1 in this town.
Should have stayed home. It's my day off.
Well, from now on, I am going to be referring to the innkeeper as Dante.
All right. All right, crew. What are our plans?
I suppose we probably should go and check out the pass. I mean, everyone says it's blocked off, but it doesn't seem like anyone's actually gone to investigate it.
Yeah, and maybe it's blocked off for wagons, but we might be able to climb over it.
Maybe. Do we have any more gold left to buy some rations for the road?
No.
Well, I thought you guys did that last night.
Oh.
There was purchasing of rations. the night
I
before.
may have ate mine already.
The rest of those coins are mine.
You know what? Never mind. I'll be fine. I'll just fish in the river.
Yes, right, duck.
We take a Pathfinder rule of a take 20 and just succeed.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's fine. There's no time rush on it. It's just the big bad's done his thing already, so it's no rush to save the world.
All right. Should we go to the Western Pass?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get going.
All right. So as you kind of cross the bridge and head west through town, it's just a beautiful sunny morning. A crisp air is coming off the mountains, and the light fog that's kind of started is slowly dissipating away. And it's not quite even like a full path, and even maybe a trail. Is a stretch to call it, but you can kind of make out bits of dirt that look like people have walked through it before, and it's relatively rough terrain. The going is slow for you, and after several hours and breaks and such as one would take, it's getting dark already, and there's no sign of the path, or pass. Would you like to press through the evening or set up camp?
Let's get, does someone want to climb up? There are trees around, right?
Yes, it's a heavily forested area.
Okay. Does someone want to climb up a tree and get a vantage point that way? Because I want to make sure we're heading in the right direction.
You're the bird.
You know what? I volunteer.
Yeah. So I was thinking.
Hey, Donald, where
Also,
on the map are we?
It is not on this current map at all.
Okay. No
You'll
worries.
have a new map in just a little bit.
Okay, so I want to find the tallest tree in our local vicinity and climb up it.
Sure. I'm gonna say you're just taking your time. So you can roll an athletics check for me with advantage.
Are we near a
That is a
river or a
19.
stream?
19. Okay, yeah, you're able to climb up. There's some small mountain streams coming down. Nothing large. Likely enough to fill up your water skin if that's your goal, but not a whole lot more else than that.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how close am I to the pass? What do I see?
So you climb up, and the sun is setting in the west. you can kind of still see little bits of this trail kind of peek through the trees. You still don't quite see the trail anywhere, but as you're kind of looking towards the sunset, there are definitely storm clouds gathering to the west, and just you can see up into the mountains, and just from this point of view, and again it kind of starts with this heavily forested mountains as they go up, and then the tree line starts to dissipate as you go further higher up into the mountains, getting to the point where it's only these like pine trees that are evergreen year round. Then for a little bit of all the mountains, and they're you've never seen mountains this tall before, and as you're up close, kind of this breathtaking view of them. As they go towards the top, it's just this solid rock, and then almost every peak is just this perfect cap of undisturbed snow, just far to the top, and they're very sharp peaks, Rocky-esque, for sure.
I want to go there. I want to go on top of that. Hey guys, it's probably gonna rain soon, so we probably should set up some kind of something.
Sounds good to me.
You know, the things that keep out rain.
You mean a tent?
I don't like getting
right?
wet. What?
You mean a tent, right?
Sure.
All right.
Donald, can we survey the area for any signs of wildlife or predators?
Yeah,
I'm
of
gonna
course.
skip that and start reading.
Okay.
But I'm assuming we'll get to that in a few minutes.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get to you in just a second. Yeah, go ahead and give me a survival check, Ken.
All right. So the duck, he, by virtue of being a duck, has experience with predators, and a lot of experience, mind you. He's looking for footprints, broken branches, kind of sniffing where he can. Maybe an area where some bark was kind of ripped off of a tree that suggests like a bear scratching its back, or an area where like a big cat or something laid down for the night. And so he's scanning the general area, and I rolled a 13.
Okay. So you're focusing on the river, not the river, the stream bed at first, and because predators have to hit water too. And it does seem like it sees a lot of animal traffic. And the trail itself is also likely kind of maybe a way that some type of animal migrates, but being pretty unfamiliar with this continent and its fauna, it doesn't look like a lot of predator tracks or any predator tracks, what you can tell, but it seems like it's just kind of a variety of animals. We'll get to James, and as you kind of help set up camp for a little bit and cast your spell and begin reading again, it's just more details of the town's frustration of what's happening, and it kind of dips into full paranoia, which your runesmith from his second hand telling maybe touched on this a little bit. Where at first, everyone's we're in solidarity, and how the town, for a while, it actually boosted morale, and everyone was kind of relieved at first that they knew they couldn't meet these quotas that this messenger of the gods had set for them, and at first they just decided to, okay, well, if we can't possibly reach it, we're just gonna stop. And it goes into detail of how frustrated this messenger of the gods was. Where then later on, he came back and offered a deal that whoever gives him a male child, that family will be safe and saved from the destruction, and everyone else will be destroyed. And as people again swore that they would never do such a thing. That's wouldn't even cross their minds. But then it starts to dip into paranoia that there's a rumor going around that this family was going to do it, and then that family was going to do it. And every time it was the same result. They were met with a mob of people and wiped out. That's about as far as you can make it. There are just several instances of that happening for months. So, way to lighten the mood there. All right, so you're getting camp set up. Chime has kind of scouted out the area for you. Let you know there's rain. Ken has scouted the area for predators. Karn, what would you like to be doing at this time?
Well, I imagine if everyone's scouting or reading, I suppose I will go ahead and start setting up our campsite.
Excellent. All right. So Karn's able to get the tent set up and taking that full hour while there's still plenty of light. Yeah, excellent. A nice little... A fire tonight or no fire?
We gotta have a fire. It's the only way to keep the big cats away.
Yeah, fire.
All right.
I like cats.
Just like cat noises.
But I don't like them.
Okay. Watch. We have a watch set up tonight.
I'll take first watch.
I'll take second.
I'll take
take
third
third.
after I'm. Or I'll rest.
Okay.
I'm crying myself to sleep over the frustration that I'm reading.
Okay.
Such a benevolent DM who reminds us of a watch when we were about to forget.
Okay. Luckily, the evening passes uneventfully. Next morning, those storm clouds are just on the cusp. There's just... You can kind of see it coming, especially in the mountains. Just sheets of rain coming down, bolts of lightning. At some point, you're likely awoken by just a boom of thunder. And the sun is rising in the east, and it's a nice kind of just like opposites of this darkness and driving rain on one side, and this light beginning to creep over and provide warmth on the other. Does anyone want to do anything before we move on?
Well, obviously, take the tent down.
Well, obviously. Okay. So the rest of the going really just slows you down as you're in this just pouring, driving rain. Seemingly just has no end. But as you kind of progress, maybe about just after midday, you can start to make out this just enormous amount of rock that is just blocking your path ahead. And it seems like from here there's maybe a creature standing on top of it. Maybe he's not even standing. Maybe he's sitting and just sitting there. And you begin to approach. Oh, I didn't do that right. Big shock, right? Totally forgot to do this earlier.
Which one of us sees that thing?
I think you would all see it from here. At this point, you're far away. It's not trying to hide, and the rocks are almost impossible to miss. Gonna put you all on this map, and
Okay. While you're doing that, we'll converse about it.
yeah.
Anybody see that over there? What the hell is that?
I don't know. But it definitely looks like it's waiting. Maybe not for us, but it's waiting for someone to try to get by.
I can't even tell what the heck it is.
I can't either, but it's just the fact that it's sitting there just That's kind of telling, if this is where the pass was supposed to be.
Hey, should I throw a pebble?
No.
Why not?
Okay, first of all, we're still a good, decent amount away from it.
I
Second
can
of all,
hit
I
it
think
from
if you were
here.
standing right at the bottom of the rocks, I don't know if you'd be able to reach it.
So at this point, you're about 80 feet away, and you have a better idea of what you're looking at. So the trees are definitely kind of starting to turn here as you're a little higher in elevation to the fall colors. But there's just this massive pile of boulders and rocks blocking this path, where you have kind of almost cliffs on two sides. And they're at the top of them are just tons of vegetation, but they're sheer cliffs, 90, maybe 100 feet tall on either side. And ahead, the creature that you could see earlier is a bipedal hyena with these glowing red eyes and two prominent black fangs. It's muscular and built. In front of it, down on the ground, and probably about 30 feet down from this pile of boulders it's standing on top of, are what appear to be two other smaller bipedal hyenas. No glowing red eyes, still with these long black fangs, outfitted in this kind of hodgepodge of equipment that's maybe made by civilized people, but modified in some ways with extra skulls and trinkets, and it looks like one of them's wearing like a necklace of ears, perhaps. It's hard to tell from this distance. And then finally there's two more of these creatures, but they don't have any skin. They're this combination of bone and fur, but still standing, just staring blankly at you. And as you're approaching, and again, you're 80-ish feet away, 90-ish, the one on top of the rocks just booms out through his voice. The master, he said you'd be here. He said we get to stop you. And once you're gone, there's no stopping. There's no stopping us. Yes. How would you like to react?
Guys, I recognize these. They are not to be trifled with. These are demons.
I like to do divine
And did
defense.
you think we were the trifling bunch that we would go up and ask them for favors and see if we could just pass through quietly?
We have
Do you
done
think
stranger
that is what we
things.
do?
Do you remember that one time we gave those flying freaks over the river a bunch of our crap?
That was a good time.
All right, so I would like, being the blood hunter who loves hunting demons, I want to see if I know anything about these. Like maybe, mostly, can we take these guys down?
Oh, that
Are
is
we strong enough to take these guys out?
I'm certain we are, buddy, but you do what you need to do.
So, Hamid, were you gonna? You said mention divine sense earlier. Is that correct?
Well, I want to get close enough to do it because I know it has a limited distance.
It does. Okay. So you're gonna. I think it's like 30 feet. Is that about right?
I think so, maybe 60, but I'm gonna get close. I'm gonna go halfway right.
Wait. I'm gonna pull him back, but as soon as he starts walking up, I was like, hang on a second, Jesus. Or, I'm sorry,
Who the fuck
jeez.
is Jesus?
Jeez.
Okay, better.
Fantasy
Okay.
Jesus, come on.
No, you mean Jesus.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna put my head in my forehead and try and remember if I know anything about these guys or not.
Okay. Just give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Let's see here. How's a 21?
21 is really good. So, technically, they are not demons. It's like a technicality. These are creatures called gnolls. They are basically, and according to like your demon hunter lore, creatures that at some point, like hyenas that more or less accepted a demon lord as their master, and as a reward morphed into these just evil, terrible creatures who at one point on your old continent would just go around and ransack towns and spread chaos and hatred and evil throughout. Just double checking what I'm telling you is
That's right, buddy. That's right. They
but
worship Yinogu.
so they are in numbers like this, based on what you've dealt with before, you feel like you can probably take them, and you almost question why would someone send like this party after you when you've probably done much worse. But yeah, so demon, like a demon tangent, but not like full on demon.
Got it. Okay. All right. So these guys are crazy. Number one, I don't think we would have a problem taking them out. Number two, I'm worried that whoever their master is knows that we would not have a problem taking these guys out, and it might be a trap. And number three, because these guys are crazy, if we don't take them out, there's a good chance they're probably just gonna go end up at the at somewhere terrorizing somebody. Probably that town we came from, which honestly the dwarves there probably could handle it, but if they end up anywhere else, a small town, that town's probably gone.
Demons only serve one purpose, and that is to bring sorrow to this realm. They need to be exterminated.
Oh yeah, no, I'm 100% with that. I just want you guys to know the risk before I run in here.
Duly noted.
Oh no, I'm going to be running in right along with you, because let's face it, these guys, they were basically left here to try to take us out.
All right, Chime, find a clear spot where you can aim well.
Sure, I'm just thinking, damn, you all are hardcore goths.
Hey, these guys serve demons, and demons have no place on this plane.
I just have a
Hey,
feeling that
hardcore
we're
guy.
not going to be able to talk our way out of this one, so...
Oh yeah, no.
Would it be possible for me to, would it be possible for me to scale one of the trees and just kind of get a vantage point there?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think
Like,
at
would
this
still be
point,
able to do archery.
it's
there?
gonna be time to roll initiative. But yes, you can shoot an arrow out of a tree.
Sweet.
No problem. All right, so let's get some initiative going.
Oh
Lord,
yeah.
man.
Oh.
Damn!
I somehow I got oh, and so did oh no.
God damn it.
And your modifiers
The thing is,
okay.
my initiative was not a nat 20, but I still got a 22.
Dirty.
So I got a nat 20 on my initiative.
Yeah, that's
but
because
but it looks like our GM also got a nat 20 on initiative with the higher mod, so that means I don't get to go first.
if your weapon is a strength weapon, then your initiative and your attack roll take the strength modifier. If you're using a dexterity weapon, then your initiative and your attack roll take a dexterity
Your
modifier.
initiative is always dex. Your
Always dex? Okay.
Unless
yeah,
you
ni-
have something, unless you have a feat that
there might be a
changes
feat. But otherwise, your to hit and your damage bonus is based off your strength. If you're using
Gotcha.
a dexterity-based
That's
weapon,
incorrect.
your to hit and your damage is based off of a dex. So, yeah. So with that, the gnoll that's on top of this rock is obviously impatient and is just tired of it. And to him, it is time to attack, and there's nothing else to it. It's time to attack. He pulls back this longbow as you're kind of standing there talking and plotting, and shoots an arrow right at Ken, who's the leader there. Ken, he gets an 18.
Woo. 18 hits. Woo.
So as you're talking and plotting, arrow just right into Ken's kind of back shoulder for 6 piercing damage.
Ah, damn.
And it just kind of raises its bow and lets out this like howl. Chime, you are up.
Let's see.
That hurt my throat.
I'm trying to think. How far can I be? What's the typical range on a short bow?
I want to say 60, or maybe it's even longer than that for short range.
I mean, like, how far can I be away from them?
So your short bow,
Should be about 120.
it's 80
80
feet for short range and 320 feet to shoot with disadvantage due to long range.
Okay. So after 320 feet, it's disadvantage, or before?
At 81 feet, it's disadvantage, and that's up to 320 feet.
Okay.
Up to 80 feet is just a normal shot.
Okay. In that case, sorry, I'm like thinking. 50 feet. I am going to use both my action and my movement to make it to this tree. Oh, it's not letting me long click. Like the orange. I'm just gonna move over to it. Oh, sorry. Oh my god.
You're okay. You're totally okay.
Watching me like ride the struggle bus right now. So I'm coming over to this tree. That was 50 feet. I want to start climbing it. Is that possible?
Yeah, so you can use your move to move 30. You can
Okay.
use your bonus action, because you're a rogue, to dash.
Okay.
So then you can use
Okay.
your act, and then you'll have a remaining 10 feet of climbing, so like half feet. So yeah, you can use your action to climb. So give me an athletics check.
Okay. And that is 13.
Okay. With a 13, with it being a relatively small tree, I think compared to the other ones, you're able to kind of climb up it and move. Find a nice perch, kind of between like the trunk and a nice sturdy branch, and able to get your bow out and ready to do your thing.
Wait.
All right, James, you're up next.
All right, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna move my 30 feet up here, and instead of dashing, I'm just gonna let's see. How far away am I? Yeah, I'm in range. I'm gonna shoot at this guy right here.
Gotcha.
So just with my crossbow, and I have I have extra attack. So I'm gonna fire at him once, and then see if I can need to fire at him again or not.
Okay.
So let's see here. Where are you? Light crossbow. Here we go. And 18.
18 hits.
All right, and that is 8 piercing.
Get a shot right into this like skull of it. Just sends like cracks through it, but the creature is still up and looking pretty rough.
All right, I'm gonna shoot it again.
All right.
17.
17 hits.
3 piercing.
Up. With that, the gnoll kind of skeleton just crumbles to the ground, falls to like a pile of bone and hair.
As I finish out my turn, I'm gonna call up to Chime. I was like, make sure you scan around every now and then. Make sure we're not gonna get surrounded.
Can do.
That's it. Done.
Cool. Ken, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna run up next to. Crap, that's not it.
I'm not like by any means upset with it, but I have the map up on stream right now, so the owl is totally visible. Just again, zero issue, but
I don't know how to erase it.
I gotcha.
Okay.
I'm gonna run up next to James here and ready in action.
Okay, what action are you readying?
Pull out the great sword, get it ready to swipe if they come close.
Gotcha. All right. Only one of these. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I wanted to cast Bless on my party too.
Is that an action or is that a bonus action?
I don't have bonus actions, but
Could you?
I just ran up. So does readying an action count as the action?
It does.
Okay, well then end turn.
You probably have some spells that are bonus actions, but we'll look at that off stream.
Okay.
All right. So this, again, like, kind of a husk of unthinking bone and hair just charges directly towards you, which would enable you to use your bonus action, or your ready action to take a swing at it if you so choose.
Yeah.
Ken?
I have the high ground.
It's
Okay.
over.
Let's
Yes.
try it.
What'd you get?
25.
A 25 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
16 slashing.
It doesn't even resist as your great sword just cleaves it into two, and it falls to the ground. Again, just this like combination of bone and disgusting gnoll hair.
In sand.
It's,
And he managed to slice
eh,
off
and it gets
3 different
everywhere.
appendages with only one swipe.
He's talented. Karn, you are up next.
All right. Well, I am gonna run up next to Ken here, and I'm gonna pull out my longsword. Just ready that action,
Gotcha.
and that's really about all I can do at this point.
Okay. The other two creatures, the just more standard, boring gnolls, kind of see the what just happened, and they do not charge up. Get some longbows off their backs, and each of them, one is going to shoot at James, and one's going to shoot at Karn. First shot is at James. Gets a 6. The arrow just flies off way too long. Completely misses. The second shot, a 21 against Karn.
That hits.
7 piercing damage as the arrow kind of, not a full-on hit, more of a glancing, like kind of in your torso. Little damage there. The gnoll kind of hanging out on top of the rocks lets out another war cry of I guess that's what a gnoll sounds like. I'm gonna go with it.
It's canon.
And it in fact is. Let's see. Close that. All right, it's just gonna shoot a longbow at Ken. Gets a 22.
That hits.
6 piercing damage.
Okay.
All right, Chime, you're up.
Let me check the distance. Okay, so I'm gonna go for, I'm gonna use my short bow to try and attack this, gnoll. And I'm using the steady aim because I'm not
Moving.
not moving. So
Mhm.
that'll give me advantage, which also gives me sneak attack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Let's see. And that is a 20 to hit.
20 does hit.
Yeah.
And that is 20 total damage.
Damn.
All right, your
How we do it. Rogue life.
Arrow just goes right through its armor, penetrating in the chest. Just blood is just dripping down, and it's kind of falls to a knee for a second. It just seems to struggle to be even holding up its bone anymore, just barely clinging on to life. Anything else to your turn?
That's everything I can do.
All right, James, you're up.
All right, so I'm gonna continue moving forward here a bit. Go 30 more feet. I'm gonna aim at the dude out here on top.
Okay.
And yeah. How's a 25?
25 hits.
3 piercing.
That's it. Oh, that's the wrong direction. All right, just lets out kind of a snarl at you as you would dare attack it. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna attack it again.
That's fair.
21.
21 hits.
8 piercing.
All right.
Flip it
Still
off.
looking pretty healthy there, but it's up. Anything else?
Your mother's a badger.
We got our new vicious mockery here.
It's a terrible insult where he comes
Not
from.
very good at it. It doesn't cause any damage.
Ken, you're up.
Only to its feelings.
Yeah. I'm going to actually run up next to James and kind of stand behind the tree so that I'm trying to be a harder target to hit. As a duck, I'm a pretty fat duck, and so I don't know if I'm behind the entire tree. But I'm
You'll
hoping
have some
that,
cover.
Yeah, they can't probably as easily hit me with their arrows. But at this point, I'll just go ahead and ready an action again with the greatsword.
Okay. Let's see. Those are both dead. So, Karn, you are up next.
All right. On that case, I'm actually gonna run up behind Ken here. And much like him, I'm gonna ready an action, just having my long sword ready to go again.
Gotcha. Sounds good. All right. These creatures kind of realize what you're doing, and this one rushes up next to James and has a kind of a shoddy spear and is going to strike at James twice with its spear. First attack is a 19.
That hits.
Alright, so just kind of get you for 9 piercing. Second attack is a 17.
That also hits.
And this is just a glancing blow at most for 3 piercing damage.
Hooah!
Super Mega injured
Hooah! That was
Noel rushes up next to Ken. So Ken, you get to use your attack you have readied.
Now, on level 5, I have 2 attacks. Does that count if I readied an attack?
Yes, you would actually get 2 attacks.
Okay. So first one rolled a 20.
All right. Go ahead and roll
11.
damage.
11 slashing.
All right. Again, you just kind of cut this one through the chest. It's already damaged from Chime's hit earlier, and it falls to the ground dead.
Suck it. Is this thing a cat or a dog?
Neither. It's a knoll.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else hear that?
Lets out a terrible like growl as it falls to the ground.
It's not laughing or anything.
No, it's dead. It's not funny anymore. All right. It's gonna put the other knoll happening. It's gonna just shoot its bow at Chime. So I think that puts you, because there's a longbow. Yeah, you're within range and not behind it. Kind of mixed into a tree, but not behind it as much. Gets a 10. The arrow just kind of gets right next to you and sticks in the tree, just like boing as you're next to it.
Not cool.
With that, it kind of gets just this frustrated look in its face, throws its longbow down, jumps down off the rocks. It's over 30 feet. Let's just do this real quick.
I was hoping he was going to come down here.
Yeah.
Pulls out a glaive. This huge, almost two-handed axe polearm combination. Pulls it off his back. Raises it above his head. You will die a horrible death. With that, Chime, it's your turn.
Yeah, that's what you keep
Is he
saying.
talking
buddy.
to me?
Yes.
Fun. Let's see. Is he should be within range for me to hit him with short bow, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna try and pick him off with same thing I did before.
All right.
Okay. That is a 21.
21 hits.
Sorry, what you cut out there.
Oh, sorry. A 21 does in fact hit.
Okay. So that is 20 total.
Ow.
Yeah.
All right, he's looking between the falling and the arrows. He's looking pretty rough.
Yeah.
James, you're up next.
All right. Sorry, real quick. Okay, further than I can run. So I'm. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm going to. Quick question. Can I swap out my for my crossbow? Switching out to my hand crossbow requires no actions at all, no bonus actions, anything like that, because of my crossbow expert feat.
Yeah.
However, if I also wanted to pull out my dagger, would that cost me anything?
No, I think that's just like an incidental. You can do it as
Okay.
you're doing other things.
Okay, then I'm gonna swap to my. Okay, first I'm gonna fire with my crossbow, and then I'm gonna swap to my dagger and crossbow, and then attack again. This guy right here.
Okay,
Guy right
so
in front of me.
since does that feat include if somebody is within melee range of you? Because otherwise you have disadvantage.
Yeah, when let's see, being within
Does not
being
impose
within
disadvantage.
5 feet of hostile creature doesn't impose disadvantage.
Perfect. You are all set then.
Yeah, so point blank crossbow to the face. How's the 24 do?
24 hits. Roll some damage.
8 piercing.
All right.
Still standing?
Oh, still standing.
Okay, then I'm going to swap out to my dagger and crossbow, and I'm going to attack with dagger first, and because I'm attacking with the dagger, I then get to attack with my hand crossbow.
Sure.
So, dagger strike, 20
20 hits.
for 2 piercing, and then the hand crossbow, 22.
That
I'm
hits.
rolling really well, and this is going to come back to haunt me later.
Yes.
For another 4
Yeah, tell me
piercing.
about it.
All right. So you've like lightning crossbow bolt to the chest, quick slash to like the arm, then another small crossbow bolt again like right in the chest, and it looks just dazed and confused, like what on earth just happened. Still standing, just kind of blood dripping out of all these wounds, just looking awful. The large knoll that dropped down just lets out this blood-curdling yell at it in a language that I don't believe any of you understand. And the creature that you just attacked kind of gathers its own strength and tries to stab you. Yes, off its turn, using a reaction with its spear, just trying to like cause some type of damage.
Okay.
Gets an 11.
Does not hit.
That's just completely distracted and distraught by this just whirlwind of attacks you've just caused to it, and that is its reaction. Anything else your turn?
I'm gonna shift over a space right in front of it in case any of my compatriots here want to join me.
Gotcha. All right, Ken, you're up.
Ken runs right here and then lays the great sword on that knoll.
Okay,
In
attack
between.
with advantage.
Lay on swords.
Lay on swords, yeah.
He's going to knight
If
this.
such a thing existed.
So if it was wooden, would this be a flank stake?
So, rolled a 20 with 8 slashing damage, and
Alright.
a 25 with an additional 14. So,
This is definitely a stop, it's already dead. As you slash it, it falls to the ground, and without even reacting, pull the greatsword up above your head again and just slash down. And it just kind of cleaves the creature into two as it's just completely unrecognizable as what it once was.
Stole my kill.
Karn, your turn.
All right. Well, since we have this lead knoll left, I am actually gonna. Let's see, how far away am I? I am actually gonna just run up toward the lead knoll up here as far as I can, and I'm gonna go ahead and ready my longsword.
Okay. This Noah just seems to have no fear. It's glowing red eyes. It's long black fangs. Just kind of saliva dripping out of its mouth, ready for combat. Rushes up to you. And begins to strike with its glaive. But as you sit there prepared, ready to strike, go ahead and roll your attack with your longsword.
All right. How's a 24 gonna do?
24 hits.
All right, that's gonna be for 10 slashing damage.
And as it kind of gets the glaive ready to strike it through you, have your sword out, just a flash of steel, just directly in the gnoll's chest, and it just falls and slumps over, dead.
Not so tough now, are you, you son of a bitch?
excellent, Craig.
All right. Kind of as the adrenaline of combat starts to wear off, you take a look at your surroundings.
Yeah, I'm looking around for anything else just in case this wasn't everything.
So just kind of after maybe a minute or so, just the woodland sounds are all you're hearing. Some birds chirping, saying hello to Ken and Chime. And
What's up?
just the sounds of nature, just the breeze
I don't
is coming off the
magpie.
I'm guessing it's because they're birds and not because Ken is secretly a Disney princess.
Could go either way.
Hey, that one looks like a dodo. Ken, what's it saying?
How the fuck am I supposed to know? I only speak duck.
The dodo.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Ken would like to do 12 hit points lay on hands on himself and 13 on James.
Okay.
So, James, go ahead and add 13 hit points to what you have right now.
Thank you.
All right. The magical warmth of healing courses through your bodies as your wounds begin to just close up and just feel so much better.
I want to search through the bodies, try and find anything important or any kind of markings that might connect these guys to Dragonbane.
Okay. Looking on their bodies, it's kind of really shoddy armor. The weapons are again just really shoddy, poorly. They're very likely crafted by maybe humans or elves or dwarves, but then just not properly maintained, so they're maybe losing some of their edge, and any repairs done to them are just not done well. But in terms of like a connection, you do find a little bit of shinies between them all.
Sorry, I have a cat being a goblin, knocking my things around the floor.
About 19 gold between them.
Yeah. Sweet.
But in terms of
Hell.
like any particular marking for Dragonbane, nothing.
Okay, not even a note or a letter or anything like that?
No, you're probably pretty confident Knowles can't read.
Alright, I'd like to cast Cure Light Wounds as a first level spell on James and Karn separately.
Okay.
There's 2 iterations of the spell.
Can also take a short rest and just use hit dice instead of spells if you so choose.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Also, how much did you say I healed for, Hamed?
13 additional.
13. Okay, so I don't think I was at full health when we started. I think I forgot to check that. So your 13 would have put me back at full health.
Okay, well then you can make yourself full health. We can take a short rest if it'll help Karn, but I'm all for pressing forward in to the mountain or pass. So.
Me too.
Okay.
Karn's up to you.
Yeah, I'm good. Let's investigate the pass a little bit.
He doesn't fear death.
Already.
I mean, we don't know that. Karn, do you fear death?
I fear. No, I don't fear death. Because. Smartass duck.
Not really. Who's a smart as a bird here?
And so Ken just walks ahead without them.
Okay. So you walk up to just this collection of just massive boulders, and you can kind of look up the cliff and see what appears to be like just a chunk of the mountain just missing. Like a crater where it was, where this is just somehow a huge chunk of mountain has rolled down the hill and the cliff and just perfectly blocked this pass.
There's no like gaps or anything to like easily crawl through.
No.
No obvious.
No obvious. But go ahead and roll an investigation as you're kind of looking through for maybe a way to get through.
Both of us do that?
Whoever is investigating, yeah.
23.
You don't have to roll anymore, anyone. I think we're good. So as you're kind of looking through this and investigating, looking for maybe a place to crawl through or to pass through, it seems like it's been done maybe with the aid of magic, just the way it's almost, the stones seem to meld together almost everywhere. That definitely nowhere near the ground, and you can kind of look up for places to climb, and just with the angles of the rocks, kind of in most places here, kind of going an angle backwards, you'd be kind of free climbing and hanging for some point. It looks like it would be extraordinarily difficult to climb. Possible, but difficult. But kind of to the north, it appears that maybe in this landslide, some type of cavern was opened, and there's just a way to maybe kind of crawl through, about a 5-foot opening that maybe a rock slid down and cracked open a otherwise small portion of this mountain. And James, as you kind of, I would guess, glance inside using your night vision, and seeing about 30 feet ahead, it looks very rough, and something maybe fell in at first, but then, even though it's just shades of gray, it's distinctly and definitely worked stone into this tunnel.
Shades of gray. Looks like a dungeon to me.
Doodle-doodle-doodle-doo.
How many shades of gray are we talking about?
2.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I found a little cave over here.
This looks promising.
I think you're the only one with dark vision. You want to just stick your head in there, tell us what you see.
Wait. Ken, are you wearing the dwarven belt?
Oh yeah, I am.
So you also can see. You also have dark vision.
Right.
Oh.
Right. I'm gonna roll for beard.
Okay. Let's
Wait,
do it.
Are you capable of growing a beard?
It's you rolled a D100.
We'll see.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if it's 50 or over. Let me look really quick, because it's totally worth looking for.
Yeah, I've seen ducks in real life with what appears to be a beard. So.
So Jillian and I played Wingspan last night, and like one of the ducks that I played, I guess it wasn't a full duck, but this bird had this crazy hair, almost like a mohawk from the picture. So that made me really happy because I really liked it. So I'm gonna go with well, let's see how this roll goes. So we're gonna say 50 and under. There it is. It's under loot. Never mind. I found the actual one, but apparently I didn't put it here. So 1500 is. So as you're like waking up in the morning, you're getting like these feathers on your face are just growing a little longer and kind of dropping down and filling out to be this like duck-like feathery beard, like a front mullet, but on your chin. It's just feathery and beautiful and like a waterfall of duckness cascading down your face.
Beautiful.
Am I gonna have to figure out how to draw this at some point?
Probably not, but maybe. All right.
Alright, so I'd like to stick my head into the cave and look around. So.
Sure. I need to update you really quick that you have night vision. So I messed with this earlier. It should be right now that James can see things.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I just had to figure out where I was.
Oh, let me move.
Yes,
I'll move y'all to the
I can-
bottom. And
No,
then
I can see it now. I'm good.
I'll get to see some behind this behind the screen stuff on stream.
Yeah, don't look at the stream if you can't see. It's cheating.
Wait.
Wang. Wang.
I don't know where that came from.
Waluigi. Or Wario? Wario or
I mean,
Waluigi?
just like me saying it. I would say Waluigi. I think Waluigi is more.
Wang.
Wah.
Wang.
All right,
'Cause
so
Wario's like,
as at least the two of you kind of poke your head in, and as I just mentioned, it kind of this rough opening of just like rockiness, but then it's very distinctly work stone on either side, and just a little further in, it appears that it opens up into a chamber of some type.
All right, so this is definitely a hallway, and there's definitely a room back there.
Agreed. It looks way too fine to be a random act of nature. This is definitely constructed. Get your weapons ready.
I want to take a step forward and then cast Divine Sense.
Okay.
hey guys.
I'm gonna
I can't see this dark.
I'm gonna light a torch and hand it to Chime.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, but I'm really missing having dark vision now.
Give me
Well,
one
that's
second,
okay.
Shay.
The torch, you know,
It's like you lost
I
one of your
don't
senses.
solely benefit from it. I don't
And-
understand why I wouldn't have dark vision being a raven.
Birds don't see in the
Yeah,
dark.
it's okay, D&D. Okay, but I'm a night bird.
There's no such thing.
A night bird.
Yes,
Love it.
owls. If I was
Nightingales.
an owl, would I be able to argue that I have night vision?
Sure.
Yeah,
Wait, who?
owls.
Who?
You're a superb owl.
All right. So as the torch illuminates,
I can't believe you walked into that.
you should all be able to see
Oh, God.
what's happening. Hopefully that works. Yeah. So can kind of take a few more steps in, and you cast just focus it on a second. Let the gods of justice kind of alert you to any presence of evil that might be nearby. And you do not sense anything.
I sniff the air a little bit and turn around and stare at James and Karn.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
There's no evil in the air, at least. Let's get going.
All right, you guys ready? Need anything before we jump in here?
I'd say moving in, I'd say James and Ken should be in the lead. I can take up the rear if we keep Chime in the center.
All right.
Yeah, I'll stay in the center.
Ken, stop. What are these things on the side? I don't.
All right.
Hold off.
So as you all walk into this kind of main chamber, to the east and the west, there are two large iron gates, both fully down. They're not even like a portcullis; they're just solid gates on each side. In front of you, on the other side of the room, you can just barely make out what appears to be a wooden double door. And then in the kind of northeast corner of the room is just like a stack of barrels. Otherwise, the floors are just this work stone. The walls are the same way. Relatively unassuming and otherwise kind of mundane.
I smell a
I
trap.
want to look in the barrels.
Hold on.
Well, hey, Chime, you want to help me look for traps first? Let's look at
Hey,
these rocks. Some of these
James.
could easily be pressure plates.
Fine.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation to look.
I got a 9. Apparently, my adrenaline wore
I
off,
got
and now I'm
nat
sleepy.
20.
Okay.
I got a double nat 20.
Yeah, I did.
That's rare.
So
Could that be just like an automatic win if it's a double nat 20?
It's a 1 in 400
Please,
chance.
Can I just win this session?
you
Not-
double nat 20, double nat 20, double the air horn, double the nat 20. I don't know what to do.
There are no traps.
Oh, thank you, Dustluck, for the hydrate.
The only traps are the air horns we just set off.
So James starts to kind of look off to one side, going very, there you go, and a Final Fantasy victory. I don't know what you could possibly want. Like very meticulously, like pushing down rocks and like looking, and covers about like 5 or so square feet, and then Ken's looking off the other side, and like again, very meticulous. He covers like 10 feet. And Chime just knows. She's like seen traps before. She's know what's happening, and she just like
A stinker.
is like no, like it is clear, and just starts kind of poking around, and it's like no, it's fine, and makes her way over towards the barrels.
Clear. Give me my shinies.
So the barrels have dwarvish writing on them.
What?
Hey,
Okay. Dwarvish fighting.
Ken, what's that say?
Hold up a second. I'll let you know.
Ken just waddles over, shaking his butt, and he kneels down to read. What do I read?
One says food, the other says water.
All right, so he opens it and starts eating the food.
Okay. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Shit. Son of a bitch.
This is
What are you doing, Ken? Why did you just stick all that in your mouth?
Obviously, he didn't read the
You're
cell block.
worse than my. Oh.
so you just
You're worse than my children, Ken.
just pop it open, reach in, and get this salted pork that's been there for there is no telling how long. Stick it in your mouth and just immediately gag at it. Just
Get it out, right?
just spit it right out.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
How did they taste?
Oh,
Ken,
God.
are you proud of yourself?
They taste like burning.
What have we
It's like
learned today?
grandma.
Oh,
What's the lesson that we learned from this, Ken? Because apparently I have to speak to you, a grown duck, like my children.
Ken just he doesn't answer. He just kind of gags a little bit more.
Yeah, did your tummy hurt? Your tummy hurt a little? How's your tummy feeling?
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
And wash it down with some
Yeah,
water.
are you gonna
yeah.
throw up? You think some water will make you feel better? Maybe not this water. Maybe the water that we came with, that we know is safe.
Somebody make her stop.
No, you definitely earned this.
Oh no, I'm enjoying this. So
Ken, sweetheart, how's your tummy? Do you need to eat some crackers? I don't know if we have any applesauce. I know you always want to eat crackers, but crackers are especially good whenever you have a hurt tummy and whenever you stick rotten food in your gullet.
I'm gonna go to the corner.
anyone have any
Yeah, you
fantasy?
go throw up.
Now there is a stone double door right by these barrels, kind of going across about 10 feet across total, about 10 feet tall, very kind of ornate. Like obviously they put some effort into it. Not as ornate as what you saw at the Dwarven settlement earlier. Carvings of dwarves in battle, and on one side, the other side is dwarves holding up mugs in victory. They like their carvings of dwarves.
All right, guys, which way you want to try? What was that, Karn?
You pick.
I say we check out the northern door.
I'm good with that.
Cool. Hey, awesome rogue, you want to double check this one for traps? Apparently, we all suck at this.
I'm still feeling nauseated.
Sure. Yeah, I bet you are, Ken. Your tongue's probably still gonna hurt for a while. But I promise you're gonna live, okay? You're gonna be
this.
okay.
You're loving this, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Also, just in case you all were wondering, I do miss my children. Thanks for asking. But no, sure, I'll check this weird-ass door on this weird-ass continent for traps.
Smart-ass bird.
Smart-ass
I'm
bird.
right.
Yeah, but I don't say it in a mean way. I say it like we're actually friends.
I got a 10.
Okay. You're looking over this one. That confidence you had, that like great feeling from before, it seems to slowly fade away. But kind of investigating and looking at any place that you would trap a door, and it looks like it's fine.
It looks okay.
I open it.
It's locked.
Oh.
Right, stand back.
What is it made of?
Stone.
And your tumblies, not the rumblies, you shouldn't be hitting any doors with your body.
Fine.
Okay, I think the rest of us can handle this.
He goes back to the corner.
The important question is, can we tell what kind of hinge the door has?
Stop! Every damn time. What kind of hinge? What kind of hinge is on this door?
You haven't had the extensive door knowledge to really determine it, because I don't care. But
Chime, you feel like trying to pick this, or you want to move to a different door, or also, how are your children? Or I'm sorry that you miss your children. I hope they're okay.
I hope they're okay too. As of several weeks ago, they looked to be doing okay in that weird witch vision, but who knows how accurate that really was. But sure, I would love to try and pick this door. Is there like a keyhole on it?
there is a lock for you to attempt to pick.
Is there a third barrel?
Yes, there is a third barrel. It also is labeled as water.
Okay.
How do I do Go off with me.
So on that, you're gonna pull up your character sheet. I guess we haven't done that, have we?
I have these tools there, like, as a tool.
So you will use Thieves' Tools, and then when it pops up for an ability to use, you're gonna use Dex.
Ooh, okay. 22.
All right. So just almost as soon as you even get to it, get your lock in, and it wasn't a very difficult lock. And you have the satisfying click as you get the lock itself picked, and the door unlatches. And
Sweet.
Looks like everybody.
Open sesame.
You should be able to move through it now. I think the door. Look at my objects.
All right. Oh, hang on.
All right.
Chime, you know the drill.
No,
I'll
no.
look too. I'm gonna step right up to the opening.
Door, guys.
Just here for shiny things, James. You have to understand this about me by now. I'm just here for shiny things.
How does a nat 2026 do for investigation?
All right. So you're kind of like looking again. Is there an area you're focusing on first, or just the whole room?
Are these like pressure, or is it like a rug? What is it?
They are not. So as you enter this room, you see on each side, to the east and the west, there are 2 beds each, so a total of 4 beds inside. Dead center is an altar with an inscription. Again, it's in Dwarvish. And on this altar are a total of 9 skulls that at a quick glance appear to be, just with shape and size, dwarven skulls. In the middle of it is kind of a 4 foot by 4 foot just square tiles set into the floor itself.
So I'm checking that first.
Okay. Give me 1 second. So, viewers that are watching, you're actually going to see a little more than the players will.
I scrolled down. I can't see your screen.
Oh, no problem. So it kind of looks like this. With the 9 skulls are all on the kind of on the altar itself. Oh, perfect. And that is all you see right now, if that's all you're looking at.
Interesting.
How many skulls?
A total of 9. But there is an inscription on the altar that you can read since you have your belt of Dwarven Kind on.
Well, what does it say?
So on the altar itself, it says, "Brave warriors met their demise foretold. Their secret kept shall yet unfold. If crowns placed correctly on the shrine, celestial beds for 4 of 9.
I think it's a riddle.
What's it say?
So I tell them.
Gotcha.
If you have that handy, can you paste that in the
I certainly
Roll20
can.
chat? Thank you.
Thank you.
And I will post it in chat for our viewers as well.
Okay, so crowns have to be placed correctly, and I'm not. Part of me really hopes that there's some like actual crowns here, but they might just be talking about the crown of the skull.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we're gonna have to start placing these skulls down.
So I'm thinking about that last line. I think 4 of the skulls will go on these little stars, and the 5 of these skulls will not be on stars.
On the contrary, celestial beds refers to death. So for 4 of those 9. I see what you're saying. Interesting.
So you're thinking only 4 skulls go on here, and I'm thinking all 9 go on here, but 4 of them are on stars.
You might be right. I think you're right. The other two.
Yeah, I
go-
really want to check around just to make sure there's not like actual crowns, okay?
Yeah, and look for clues.
Okay. So you're looking for actual crowns, Chime,
Yes.
in the room, and
Yes.
Ken, how are you looking for clues? Can you describe to me how you're doing that?
Under the beds, and then along the walls for any kind of false brick. Knocking on the walls with my hand to kind of hear an echo, see if there's hollow behind it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation. And Chime, search as you might, there are no physical crowns anywhere in the room.
Damn it.
All right, I can't. I need to go back to the other screen in order to roll a skill check, or I can do that in just our standard.
You can do it from your character sheet as well, but if it's easier for you to go back to the screen, that's no problem.
Well, yeah, give me a sec. I gotta go to my character.
No, you're good. I got you.
So, thank you.
No problem.
I do have an idea, guys. If we eventually go back to the screen with the puzzle on it.
Just a 10.
Okay. You're kind of looking around the room, thinking you might find inspiration or clues, but nothing really jumps out at you in terms of thoughts that might happen. What you got, Karn?
My main thought here is, I'm seeing these Roman numerals on the side. What if the skulls need to be placed? What if it's, I don't know, what if it's a multiplication thing, like 3 by 9 or 3 plus 1? Because I think it's kind of telling we've got 4 and 9 in that last line.
And you
There you
might
go.
not be aware, you all can move those skulls on the puzzle. You should be able to.
Oh,
Oh.
I thought it was just for decoration.
Don't put
No.
anything down until we're ready. Jesus.
I didn't do anything.
Sorry.
It's set for all players. So, Ken
Right.
grabs a skull and places it in the upper right corner.
I wait to see if anything happens.
Nothing happens.
I'm going to slowly
Guys,
pick it up and pull it back.
what
Okay.
the fuck is wrong with you? 3 by 3 is 9. At least there's 3 different squares here that multiply to 9.
Okay, so there are 3 squares that have stars on them that multiply out to 9. Are there any?
There's also one, if you were to add 1 and 3, this particular one would come out to be 4.
4.
That's our 4.
And
That's
then
our
the
four
last
celestial
one.
beds.
Yeah, but now we're mixing addition and multiplication.
I don't know.
I hate to break it to y'all, but math and puzzles, not my strong suit. I am, in fact, just a thief. A simple street thief. Without a formal education. I'm not cut out for this.
Knows how to count that clinky cash.
Everyone go and give me an insight check.
Okay.
$13.
Okay.
6.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
17.
So Ken, as you're kind of looking at it and looking at the numbers on the side, it doesn't make sense to you at first that it would be like an actual math problem. But it could be that maybe those numbers or how many skulls should be in that row or maybe in that column.
Oh man.
Oh.
All right, so I convey that message to the others.
What if it's not a multiplication table like we were tormented in school? Maybe it's just
Oh, you went to school?
maybe it's just signifying how many skulls are supposed to be in that row or column.
I gotcha.
So look, there's definitely one that needs to be here. Right? That's the only
Oh.
one that's going to be there. And no others are
Okay.
going to be in either column or row.
So that
And
next
so-
row, that means that there's only going to be,
Three.
there's not going to be one there on that star.
Right. And then the next one, there's only going to be two, but we're not entirely sure unless we start following the columns.
I
Oh
gotcha.
yeah, this one's not easy. Right here.
So there's got to be three
So in the
up
top
that
row, it's all
row.
except, yeah. In the top row, it's in all columns except for the column with one.
That's right.
Correct.
So then that last one, it's got to go, yep, there.
Can anybody pick it up? Boom.
I did.
I think this looks right.
I'm smart.
After a minute or so of anticipation, nothing happens.
Damn it.
And in your mind, you're kind of thinking about the poem again, and the celestial beds for 4 of 9.
Oh, hey, let's take a nap.
All right.
What if? What? Well, never mind. I kind of.
I mean, there's 4 beds in here, right?
Well, I think you guys are.
What if we swapped this skull and this skull? We switched positions, moving this one down and this one up.
That won't work.
Because then we have to have one in.
Well,
The math
Well-
would still add up, though.
One.
Still not opening.
I'm gonna go sit on one of the beds.
a-
Um,
Stone
Do that?
bed. Yeah, you can. You're there.
Okay.
It's a stone bed. Very comfortable for a dwarf. Not really up to the luxury that you're probably wanting, but
The luxury of a street bird. Oh yeah.
yeah.
Nothing happens if I'm sitting on it. What if I lay down?
Nothing as you lay down. It's a comfortable bed, I guess, made of stone, as comfortable as it can be. But no, nothing.
hey guys, get in the other beds. Let's see what happens.
We all get in the beds, right?
I'll lay down.
Ken goes into the bed
yeah, I go grab one.
and he actually starts to nap.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a short rest.
This bed is too hard.
We're gonna leave the skulls where they're at and take a short rest.
Oh yeah, I'm aware. I'm just the way it shows the solution.
Oh, okay.
I can't see both, but I know that it wasn't right before. I'm just trying to see if maybe there's multiple solutions and I'm not aware of it. But I don't think. I think technically you all, based on the puzzle, had it right. I think there's multiple solutions. Maybe not. Give me 1 second. I, for some reason, didn't think that this was going to be an issue. I don't know why I didn't.
All right, we'll take a short rest. Do we get any spells during a short rest?
Most classes do not get any spells back during a short rest.
Okay, what about? Okay, so probably not lay on hands either.
No, that's a daily thing. You would be able to, if you're missing any hit points, you can roll hit dice right now during a short rest, and get those back. That is
That's you, Karn. Just roll your hit. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Back
you get
up.
those hit points back. So after kind of thinking about it more, you realize that the beds, after resting, the beds have nothing to do with it. 4 skulls have to be on the stars that are on the board, as well as matching up in the right rows and columns.
Okay.
Okay.
So benevolent something has. Let's see. No. A voice, the Dunya comes through, and as a skull is placed on this one, and just whispers, "Not there, never there."
All right. You all hear? Did you all hear that, or was it just me?
Just you.
I think it's just you.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. So I'm getting some vibes from Dunya that it's not this one.
Some vibes.
Some vibes.
Some vibes.
Some vibes.
Yeah.
I'll be vibing. I'll be
From
vibing
your
the
old
Dunya.
world god.
All right. So
Uh,
not
yeah,
you
here.
wanted to
Definitely this
sacrifice
one then.
So I would assume that the one from this row would need to be here then.
That makes
Maybe.
sense. Then we need to figure out where the rest go.
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
Sorry, I'm just moving one because. Okay.
Anyone else noticing these skulls are just kind of moving themselves?
Yeah.
Weird.
Your guess is as good as mine at this point. How many have we covered? We've covered 4 stars, I think, so no more stars.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if it's not this one, then maybe this one can't be on the star. Maybe here?
Fair enough. That means that then we would have to cover this one.
Um, yeah,
Anybody
that's
hear
gotta
that?
be it.
I mean, it's possible. Let's see. One.
A strong gust of wind rolls just some of the skulls off.
Oh, that was you. Sorry.
Yeah, it's me. Off the squares. Yeah.
This is
Just.
getting creepy.
Oh wait, there's one more. Nope, that one should be there.
Amazing how this wind manages to get into this small little
This-
open.
This wind manages to get only those 4 skulls.
All right, and Ken stares at Karn and James again.
Ken, stop farting. God damn it, the skulls are
Yeah, that stuff was more rancid than we thought.
How's your tummy feeling, Ken?
Shut up.
You gonna tell me shut up, really? You know I'm right.
All right, his silence is as much of an admission of guilt as anything. So let's just keep going.
That's 3 covered. We need to cover a 3rd one.
Fourth one.
4th one, yeah.
Fourth one. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh,
So it's and it's not
probably.
this one.
Probably this one.
I think you all just had that one covered as well.
Yeah, we just had that one covered. So it must be this one.
The skull seems to lock into place as you place that one.
Benevolent GM, thank you.
We can't do this puzzle all night. That one locks into place as well.
the one here.
Hey! The strong gust of wind comes back once again.
Hey,
God damn it.
skull roll. There it is. There it is. And with that, the altar just to your north. Puzzle solving air horn.
Really? That's the sound we hear?
No, it's it's probably closer to that. There we go. A small part of the altar kind of clicks and pops open, revealing a little bundle wrapped in cloth, as well as a small lever that you can pull.
Well, we've been in this place and hasn't been a single trap yet, so.
Ken grabs a bundle and throws it to Chime.
Hey, catch.
You have no idea what this is. Why are you throwing this at me?
Well, okay. Chime.
I'm gonna intercept since I'm right in front of her.
Okay. So you kind of catch it as it's thrown in the air. Like once it kind of leaves this small chamber that's within the altar and is tossed. It seems to start to kind of grow once it's in the air, and separate components start to fly in slightly different directions. James, just give me a dexterity check.
Yes. 5.
All right.
I was expecting one thing right here, and instead, there's things everywhere.
All right. So as like this bundle kind of comes apart midair, you notice a glass bottle with a red liquid inside, kind of coming towards you, mostly, and then a scroll case, also kind of coming towards you, and then what appears to be, as it kind of expands once it's outside of this, maybe like a backpack, flung towards you. You have 1 second to decide what are you going to try to catch, and now you pick.
Backpack.
Okay. You grab the backpack. This
It looked easiest to catch.
glass bottle hits the ground and shatters with its contents just spreading along the floor. The scroll case hits the ground and rolls for a bit, and you're able to kind of catch the backpack in your chest and latch onto it. So you all can add a mystery backpack and a scroll case to your loot list.
James, I
And-
threw that at Chime for a reason.
And unfortunately, that I'm going to assume that red liquid was the Pepto-Bismol that could have helped Ken's stomach.
So Ken goes down and licks the liquid on the ground.
Ken,
It tastes.
what have I told you about licking liquids off the ground?
It has this cinnamony taste that reminds you of a healing potion that once was.
It tastes really good.
It's on the ground, Ken. And is that dignified?
You've
Do
never
we
had ground
dignify
motion
ourselves
before?
that way? No, I haven't. And I am delighted to say that.
I imagine that if you could taste a fireball, this is what it would taste like.
Yeah, healing potion. It's well established in D&D lore that every healing potion tastes like fireball. Like,
I need to bring some to my get-togethers.
If I'm there, you don't need to bring any.
Tim brings the fireball himself.
Yeah.
Tim is the fireball.
He will bring the fireball no matter how small the room is.
so the last bit, the lever inside. What do you do with that?
Ken, step away.
All right, give me the backpack.
No, you don't deserve this backpack.
I'm gonna strong arm the backpack from James.
Ken, hey, we don't do that.
I'm gonna punch him in his stomach.
Donald, I would like to investigate the lever.
Okay,
I'd like
go ahead and roll an investigation as I'm ignoring player versus
Throw
player
up in the
issues.
corner and throw up.
Cool. Go ahead. Give me an investigation there, Karn.
That's a 4.
Nothing seems out of the ordinary. It's just a kind of a pull lever that you would just use your wrist to pull. It's really pretty small.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my inner mom voice and say, Karn, don't touch that. James, Ken, go sit down on opposite sides of the room.
You started it.
No, he started.
I don't care. Right now, I'm too angry to think about what I need to do about this.
Chime, can you take a look at the lever just to make sure that nothing suspicious is going on with it?
I would love to. So that's investigation.
Investigation, yeah.
Is she walking across the altar and just kind of kicking the skulls out of the way?
She's able to avoid it.
No, I'm walking around.
Okay.
21, bitches.
Okay. You're not really sure what it might do, but it doesn't appear to be trapped in any way or any type of danger.
Okay. So the lever itself is safe. I don't know what exactly it goes to, though. So I would not advise on pulling it just yet. Okay. James? Ken?
Yes.
Can you come here?
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Ken, I would like for you to apologize to James for trying to take the backpack from him. Do you think you could do that for me?
Fuck that. And Ken pulls the lever.
Ken, you're pulling out the ass beating chime.
So Ken reaches his hands in, kind of gives it a squeeze, and you hear the sound of some gears cranking, some chains tightening, and kind of a not even a bang, just like something sliding, a metal object sliding against stone, coming from the chamber before. That's
Guys,
it.
did you hear that?
Yeah, of
Hey,
course.
Ken, why don't you go and take a look?
Where do you want me to go?
The last chamber we were in, where you just heard that sound, doofus.
Fine.
All right. Ken goes to the next chamber.
Okay. So as you kind of walk in, you notice the gate that was to the going to the west is open, and the one to the east is still down.
Hang on. All right. So come back. Please come back. All right, cool. What's our plan here? Do we want to go, you and me going first? So because we both have dark vision right now, Chime, you want to hold in the back in case something comes up in front of us, then you can fire your bow. You got the torch. Is that cool with everybody? Also, GM, do we have enough time to get in anything else before the end of the session?
Oh no, this is going to be it. We're not going to make it to the next room.
Okay, so, all right, everybody gather around. Let's huddle up.
Real quick,
Yes, Chime.
how am I supposed to use my bow if I'm holding a torch?
Just if you see something, drop the torch. It'll stay lit on the ground.
So you all have done a short rest
Put it in your
since
beak.
you've been in here. So at this point, as you're saying that, the torch starts to flicker, and just goes out because torches last, I think, an hour.
Oh, here's a new one.
Okay.
Ah, shit.
So the torch
Okay.
relit. Just make sure you're keeping track of the number of torches.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I have 7 left.
Okay, perfect.
Even after handing the new one, I have 7 left.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. Okay. Well, what's your all? So you want to go over a plan real quick? We got a couple minutes left, and then we'll call it an evening.
Gonna keep
Think
checking
we-
out each room.
I think this is the point where we huddle up, and it like the camera starts to fade back, and then it's like, to be continued.
Exactly. All right, so we're going to be back with KFD&D on September 14th, and that's going to be episode number 20. So that's fun. We're gonna make it 20 episodes. Pretty excited. So again, we're not streaming tomorrow. We're gonna take a hashtag day off of Twitch in order to let Twitch know that we are not happy with the complete lack of anything being done for the hate raids. Hate just has no place in the world, especially not on Twitch, where we all come to relax and play games and hang out together. So would encourage you to, if you do watch Twitch, if you stream, I would encourage you not to do any of that tomorrow. Just kind of send that message to Twitch that, their response to hate raids is just completely unacceptable. If you choose to do so, obviously, that is up to you. We're not going to be mad at you or anything, but we would appreciate any type of encouragement and support you could give us, because it's not cool. And again, we'll be off Monday, no stream then. We're going to be coming back from a little mini vacation. Don't worry, everybody's vaccinated for that. Going to be isolated, not posing any risk to us or anyone we care about. Definitely being safe about it. And then Tuesday back with Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance, and we're figuring out a Wednesday game, so keep an eye on our Discord for that. Recommend joining that community. I think we're a lot of fun. I think we're pretty good people. That's all I really got. So, and Bethany, you want to talk about your Patreon and stuff? Because
Sure.
it's awesome worth talking about.
Sure. So I have a Patreon, which, if you don't know what Patreon is, what rock are you living under? Essentially, it's like a subscription service where your money goes directly to whoever you're supporting. There's all kinds of creators on Patreon, but for me specifically, it mainly focuses around my art. I put out a monthly illustration, and that's full color, full render. And you also get a coloring page, typically of that illustration, so that you can color it however you want. In my Discord, Tim just put up his coloring page for this month. I'm so excited. I always love seeing those. It's really cute. I love it. And then you also get all kinds of behind the scenes work. So you would know if you're on my Patreon that I just lost all of my art files. But before that, I was planning on doing a comic, so now I'm gonna have to start all over. But you get to see behind the scenes stuff like that, and then video content and stream content, you'll see behind the scenes on that, and then you're obviously in any of the credits that I use in my YouTube page, and then everything is listed on there, and you can get all kinds of stuff. It starts at $3. You can go up or down as far as you want. So yeah. And another thing that a lot of people have been pointing out is that unlike Twitch, Patreon doesn't take 50% of what you get. So if you have a Twitch streamer that also has a Patreon, honestly, if you pledge $3 to them a month, you are paying less money to give your streamer more money. So just something to think about, not just for me, but other creators. That's a part of why I really like Patreon. So that's my thing.
Absolutely.
And confirm the coloring is awesome. I've done 2 of them, and my wife did 1. They're great.
It's great quality. She did, again, all the character art for KFD&D, so please support a local artist. That is absolutely amazing. But we're gonna.
There are certain. Sorry. There
No,
are
you're
certain
good.
tiers where whenever you sign on, you do get. You do get a commission with that for a one-time. Or I think there's one way up top that every other month you'll get a full illustration of your own. But
it's amazing. Totally worth it. We're gonna head over to Dust Thug. She is playing probably Dead by Daylight, something scary. She is another friend of ours, member of our community, so please engage with her, say hello, give her a follow if you haven't already, and we'll be back on Tuesday for some more Dungeons & Dragons related fun with Dark Alliance, and we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios, compadre.
Bye.
Cool. Good job, y'all.
Thank you.
I like the addition of the puzzles, though I think you're going a little too
Yes.
easy on us.
On the puzzle?
Oh yeah,
I think a part of that is probably that we only had 30 minutes left.
that's probably
I'm
it.
guessing.
Yeah, it was mostly, I think that was boring for people to watch. They could see the solution and you all couldn't. And it was just, probably not super engaging to watch. So that's why I was like,
Yeah.
let's move on.
Speed it up. Now that you mentioned that, that makes a lot more sense. If we weren't being broadcast, I think you would let us squirm for about 45 minutes.
Oh, if we weren't being broadcast, I would have taken a pee break while you all figured that out.
Oh God.
Like, I actually thought about it.
I would have just put a bottle underneath the table and just whizzed right there.
I need a bucket, but
Bucket. Good God. What are you- an
Amazon?
elephant truck?
And not just
That's
a regular bucket.
Well-
We're talking like one of those 5-gallon Home Depot buckets.
oh,
Hey, being a Twitch streamer, you are technically an Amazon employee, so putting a bucket under your desk and peeing in it is totally acceptable.
I'm at most a Amazon contractor, but
Yeah, I'm an Amazon
Good
freelancer.
game. Glad I could lurk for you.
It took me a second to realize why the door jokes were funny,
oh,
especially with the hinges.
I whip my
it
hair
when
back
you
and
guys-
forth. I whip my hair back and forth.
Idiot.
I whip my hair.
We are over.
Oh,
Just get the little one.
yeah. I'll be honest.
Okay,
I spent a ton
Sorry,
of
like,
time prepping for this session, and y'all made it like halfway through my prep, so I feel a little bit better because I was
Nice.
really stressed over having enough prepared. So,
When have we ever exceeded what you prepped?
it's happened. It's but I try not to let you all know that because
Is it because we derailed and went somewhere else, or is it because we got through everything that you got? That
No,
you
it
had?
was because one of our players has arachnophobia, and so we just skipped over all the spiders.
I mean, there's a lot. It's happened a lot. It's just improving and kind of going with whatever we have. So,
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
but cool. Y'all did a great job.
Oh, we had some first flag stock there.
That's all I really got.
We haven't had any
Do we
Uh,
have more spiders in the next one?
I'm not going to tell you anything.
Oh, I need my flashlight. Oh, that could be bad.
There is stuff in the next part, and there's stuff in a part after that, and there's stuff in the part after that. So, yeah. Did y'all have issues with dynamic lighting, like in terms of performance?
No, it worked.
It worked
No,
perfectly.
worked
That's
great.
the best I've seen dynamic lighting, actually. They must have upgraded, so.
They did, and the downside is like I have to do everything manually, but I think it's worth it. I think you all don't rush forward towards anything, even like out of habit. So I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it's a lot less buggy than it used to be.
Good.
It is. I had a lot of issues with it setting it up, but it was worth it. So
Question for you, Donald. Were you intending the Knowles fight to be a lot harder? I feel like we rolled way too high consistently.
it was supposed to be an easy fight. I told Jillian everything. Like I feel like a lot of fights have been really tough on you all lately, and I just wanted you to have a fight where you felt like heroes and felt like you were complete badasses.
Oh my god, we rolled so well.
And you rolled well on one of the easiest fights you've had in a long time. So
Oh my god.
I was just
Ugh.
glad when I finally got close enough to hit something. I'm like, aw, come
But we
close.
also have a lot more technique than we did at the very beginning of the campaign. We had no idea what the fuck we were doing, and now we actually get into formation. We'll flank. We'll ready action.
I stand still.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I mean-
actually, whatever
Hello,
it was
Goblin.
you did, going up in the tree, getting double advantage was amazing because you're
Yeah.
So that's a
not
rogue
hitting-
thing.
right.
Okay, Goblin.
Did you have that ability before? I mean,
I've had steady aim since I think level
Oh.
3,
okay.
Yeah, the
and the sneak attack has been since level 2.
hag fight.
yeah, you had an ag fight. It was just a
That's not the game it is now.
Yeah.
Well, I was blind for the hag fight, so I was using steady aim to.
And I do
Cancel
feel like a
out
lot
the
of
Right.
play that they have now.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is probably the first fight that we've had where you could actually use the terrain pretty well for that, though.
Indeed.
yeah. I was trying to make sure the map had lots of opportunities and stuff for you all to do things. So hopefully it. I'm making an effort to make sure that you all like have something you can do in every episode, where you all feel like you're important.
No, that was
So-
great. That was a lot of fun. Before we actually go to sleep, though, I still need to. I'll quit mentioning it. I'm gonna keep reading in that book, so we just need to remember that to discuss it at certain intervals.
That's because your ability to read languages is only for a finite amount of time every day, and it recharges every day. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
He's casting it. It's just a spell, right?
Ahmed, we're getting a weird like scuff
Yeah.
noise or something off of you.
I don't know.
Actually more
I think it's okay now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was cleaning the dust off my speakers.
Oh, and your
We'll do it.
microphone. Got it.
Uh,
Let's see. That's the spell.
Um, I felt like I had something else I wanted to mention, but I don't. I guess not.
Well, I
So
posted a picture of a bearded duck on the Discord. So.
Nice.
A day off Twitch.
yeah,
Alright.
you should be just doing that every morning or so, Just roll
every
the-
morning I wake up, just roll a d20.
and like it would get bigger, like basically.
Like ZZ Top.
Yeah. One of them died like the last month or so.
Yeah,
I think it was last week.
Yeah. Time has no meaning anymore.
Yeah, I know. Donald, awesome session as always.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you all.
thank you. That
Awesome
was a lot of
maps
fun.
too. These maps are great.
Maps are amazing.
Fight was fun.
Yeah, post the
The
maps
puzzle-
for sale or for download. You know, as part of the part of your Patreon. Shoot.
That's not mine.
Oh, I make the maps.
Right.
I don't have a
Donald doesn't
Patreon.
have a Patreon.
Okay.
No, I just have an OnlyFans. Y'all like feet?
But OnlyFans, like the OnlyFans news though, like, oh,
OnlyFans decides to shut down. That's what it just should have said. And they're like, oh yeah,
basically
OnlyFans decided they don't want to shut down.
OnlyFans. Oh, have they rescinded?
They
their-
reversed it. Yeah.
They were-
Yeah, I reversed it.
Like,
It took them like
Oh,
2
okay,
days.
yeah, I
Next
haven't
day.
seen that.
Or 2 days
'Cause
later.
it's
Yeah.
like, oh boy, build your brand on the back of sex workers, and then be like, fuck off, man.
There was
And,
there was a great Onion headline that was like that one weird fuck who just does lawn care tips on OnlyFans celebrating.
Yeah.
Donald, I have a request. If you start an OnlyFans, can it be Dan? What's his name?
Oh, honest Dan.
Honest Dan.
Honest
Honest Dan.
Dan.
I mean, I was just gonna do feet pics, but that's fine, I guess.
Wait, can you do an OnlyFans inside of the Big Ass Fan Manufacturing where it's just their model?
Big ass
Just pictures of fans.
Yeah.
No, I don't have access to that. I'm not an employee.
And I don't work there anymore.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we could
That
just
would be fun.
go to like thrift
Let's take
stores and
what
get
it
pictures of
takes to
fans.
Get out of the lock net. I'm doing it, you know. At this point,
Yeah.
God.
Well, cool. Always suggestions and stuff. I'll try to post more lore. I've had like a lot of time to think about it. I had a rolled anvil, but I let that expire because I wasn't using it enough. So I might go to another website or might just do like Google Docs or something to kind of keep this building. But I love when you all have any, like, for real, anything that you put as a suggestion or thought. I really try to implement it because it's cooperative storytelling, and I want you all to have as much input as you want to have. And if you don't want too many and you want to be surprised, that's fine too. So
What do the fans say? Have you talked to anybody who regularly watches your show?
the hell's a fan?
It depends on the fan.
What's a viewer?
Your mom or your
God.
wife? I don't know.
I mean, Jillian likes it. My mom doesn't understand it, but likes it. I mean, like, I really don't do this one to like get viewers. This is because I want to play D&D with my friends,
Okay.
and like we have a persistent campaign, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So I think we averaged 7 viewers or so tonight. We had 10 for a bit. Like, it just is what it is. Like, not worried about it.
Alrighty.
Oh, Dust already ended the stream. I could have rated somebody else, but
And it looks like Celestial also rated Dust Dog.
good. Like, she's getting towards affiliate, so that's exciting.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to participate in Givers and Gamers, I'm giving you guys a heads up. If you don't, that's obviously okay. But it's kind of our main thing now.
Let me see what my rotation I'll be on in February. I don't have it memorized. What was the date again for Givers and Gamers?
18th to 20th. And it looks like our polls are now closed, so we are gonna do a Oh, hell, we had 3, 1. Oh, cooking stream, still 1 out by 1. So
Wow.
Really looking forward to Jilly Pirate Day.
we'll probably still do Julie Pirate Day because that's just really funny and works out.
Yeah.
Yarr.
Oh, sorry, Hamed. I just saw your text question. The DM, the guy that has all the allegations against him is I'm just
Got
going
it.
Arcadum was.
Arcadum.
Arcadum, okay.
Because I hadn't heard anything about that before you mentioned it, so I went and looked it up.
I mean,
I heard about it on NPR this morning, actually.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Donald, I think you might still be live.
Oh, it's